What's up, guys? Welcome to Life Knowledge. My name is Justin Alphabet. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe below, and let me know what you guys liked about this video. Today we're going to be talking about SMART goals. Okay, so I wanted to talk today about SMART goals and how to set them, SMART is obviously an acronym. It stands for, this right here. And setting goals in this way is very important because it helps you to get down to the details. Goals are actually more about details than anything else. So getting clear on the details of a goal helps your level of success much more than just setting a regular goal, like setting a wish or a dream. A goal is a plan. A goal is something that you can implement and have, action. You can take action on. So let's talk about the different parts of the SMART goal. First off, we have the S, which is specific. You have to get very specific on your goals and how they're going to help you. So let's say you want to be famous, right? Let's say you want to be a famous person. What kind of fame do you want? What kind of how are you going to do it? Are you going to be a famous model, actor, singer, TikToker, YouTuber, comedy person, comedian? There's so many different ways that you can get famous. Movie star, etc. So get specific. What is it you want, and why do you want it? This kind of helps you look into the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each thing. And I typically do that when I do my SMART goals. Is under S, I do specific, who, what, when, where, and why. M, who, what, when, where, and why. A, who, what, when, where, why. R, who, what, when, where, why. T, who, what, when, where, why, obviously. So going through that helps a lot. Obviously, the who is typically you. The what is, getting specific on the what. And, continue down the list. Figure it out. Okay, so the second part is the M, which is measurable. Is there a way to measure your success? And when you set a goal, it has to be measurable, or you won't feel like you're succeeding. It's harder to notice small changes over time if you don't have something to measure it by. So for example, let's say you want to be a singer, right? A famous singer. The way to measure that would be to measure by followers, maybe, or measure by how many songs that you've put out, and that's probably the best one, is because followers don't really necessarily mean anything in social media and stuff like that. So measure how many songs you have put out, measure the views and how many people are listening to your songs. If you guys want to learn how to, become famous, I have a ebook on that actually. So DM me and I can get that to you, so you can learn how to get famous and grow followers through, any type of media. The third one is attainable. Is this actually something that is attainable? Is it a possible in your lifetime? Is it something that you have the capacity to achieve? And setting goals that are impossible or things in your lifetime are kind of pointless, for yourself. So it's not really worth setting a goal on that. Fourth one is realistic, or there's another word for it that other people use, but I typically substitute with realistic. And just setting a realistic timeline, a who, what, when, where, and why. How long is it going to take you? That sort of stuff. When do you want it? and those sort of things. Helping yourself get clear on when it's happening, where it's happening, who's going to be there, what's going on, how you're going to get there, um, and what the process steps are for that. Is that realistic? And then fourth is timely or time bound. Obviously, when is this going to happen? By what date? What specific date will you have achieved this? And that helps push you. Like, let's talk about deadlines. If you're at your job and you have a deadline, like your boss says this needs to be done by this time, what happens? Like, you typically work harder for that specific project to get that done by a certain time, right? And so it becomes a priority. It becomes the number one priority if there's a timeline, a deadline. You know the clock is ticking down, and so you'll work harder, you'll put in more effort. And one thing I love about that is Elon Musk actually talked about that. He's right now the most successful man in the world, the most business savvy or whatever, the wealthiest man, I guess. And so one thing he talked about is if you set a goal, let's say like he was going to try to make Tesla in 6 months, right? Like he was going to build up Tesla in 6 months. Chances are that he would fail, right? But he would be 6 months closer to his 3-year-long goal than if he had, set the goal out for 3 years, if that makes sense. So like, I'll put the quote right here that he said, but I'm paraphrasing right now, obviously. So the point of it is that essentially, like, if you set a shorter time period for yourself, like a timeline, a deadline, you'll be that much closer to your goal if you shoot for a closer timeline than if you project it out farther. So you'll be farther along in your goal than you would have been before, and that is a huge beneficial tip that might help you in your process. I've kind of like put it into action in several different things where I'm like, well, what if I could do it in a month? What if I could become famous in a month? What if I could become famous in a year? Like, what if I could become as fit as I want to be in like a year or a month? What if I could become happier in a year or less? Like, what if I could become happier now, right? Like, what if I chose today to be happy? What if I chose today to do the things that it took to be famous? What if I chose today to do the things that it took to be healthy, to be happy, to be smarter, to be successful, to be a business owner, to do whatever it is that I want to do, or you want to do for yourself? Like, choose to make the timeline shorter. Don't limit yourself based on time, because that's very important. You only have a certain amount of time, and in this life, nothing is promised. Like, I could die before I actually upload this video. You never know. Like, chances are that probably won't happen, and I hope it doesn't happen, so you guys get to watch this. However, chances are you might not be breathing tomorrow, and if you don't do today what you could do tomorrow, you'll never know. You'll never know, and you'll be dead, and that would be sad. So leave your mark on the world today. Prioritize what's important to you today. Do it today. Just try and improve and get better and do what it is you want to do. And obviously plan and prepare and set goals, set SMART goals, because that'll help you get closer to your end destination much quicker. Thank you guys for watching another video. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment below, and tell me something you liked about this video, or if you have any questions, just send me a DM on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. And have the day you deserve, and let's level up.